We'll get started shortly. I've never seen that before. All right, come on. We're gonna talk. It's VA talk. It's the veterans talking now. Let's see. Evaluations. All right, welcome. Those of you chiming in, welcome. Glad y'all here. It's another glorious day. Another glorious day in the neighborhood. Yes. Come on in. We are here to talk about another topic with regards to VA disability. My name is Reverend Dr. Antonio Arnold, your host. I am a 100% disabled veteran with over 22 years military service between the Army Reserve, National Guard, Air National Guard, and active component. Been there, done that. Let me see. I was looking for something to see if I can have to add to the discussion, but that's okay. All right. Well, it looks like we got a crowd already. Got 15 people here, so I'm gonna get started. Those who don't know me, my name is Reverend Dr. Antonio Arnold. I am a disabled veteran with over 22 years military service, enjoying life, enjoying my retirement, and going through some growing pains as I go along. I mean, really going through some pain. So if you're a veteran, you understand, or a football player, athlete, and you're about my age group, you have an appreciation of the whole thing. I'm a veteran of the Air Force, Air National Guard, Army, okay? And I'm going to keep this on because it matches with this. So we're going to talk about something that's important to me. And let me see here. And guys, today's topic I want to talk about is relating to VA disability. And if you've ever been served in our country, you understand the importance of having, being able to file for your rights to file for military disability, or VA disability, as they call it. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get to the point. I want to talk about something that's dear to me, and like I said, I'm 100%. Anybody out here 100%? Anybody 100%? 80%? Any 70% out here? Anybody 60% disabled? 40%. I know there's a lot of people. I remember when I was 40%, my goal is to reach 100%. All right, hello. Glad y'all can make it, guys. Glad y'all can make it. You may have a spouse, you may have a friend, you may have a co-worker who is a disabled veteran who has served and could use a little help, because I'm going to pass on some tips to you. Yesterday we talked about a couple of things. The process of filing for disability we talked about yesterday. That thing called special care or a caregiver program. Anybody familiar with a caregiver program? Has anyone ever heard? That's a distraction. Has anybody ever heard of the caregiver program? I shared some information about that. You can watch the previous video on my platform. That will go into detail about the caregivers program. And what that beautiful thing about the caregivers program, it provides income for the significant other who's caring for that veteran. Let's say you're a veteran, you're not married, your wife has passed, but you have children. One of your child is looking for a part-time job. What better way to take a part-time job than taking care of Papa? Okay, full time. All right. So what's that? What's in a nutshell? You, as the veteran or whoever your caregiver may be, file through your VA hospital. Okay, you go to the VA hospital or the clinic or online and file for what is called caregiver. You want to file for a caregiver for the caregiver program. And what this program will do once you initiate it, a caregiver, what's they call them? A caregiver support or a caseworker will contact you. And this caseworker, I think Tech Talk is asking me, telling me that I can look at it this way too. Very good. The caseworker will be assigned to your case. Okay? They will ask for some information. Of course, they'll look at your medical records. And no, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. Okay, very good. Thank you so much. I need to turn my volume down too. There we go. That case, like I said yesterday, the job of the caregiver, which the individual, he or she will do for the veteran, is provide those things that veterans need, like ability to take a bath, the ability, these things that the veteran is unable to do. The veteran is unable to take a bath by himself, so he needs someone to wash him. The veteran is having trouble putting on his clothes. Like right now, I have a problem putting my shirt on because of my left shoulder has gone bad. Okay, or they can't walk, so they need someone to help put on their pants. So when I had my back surgery, I had a back surgery last year. My wife helped me get dressed, but it has to be on a semi or permanent level, not on a short term, because the doctor knows in surgery you will heal up. But with regards to the caregiver, it's more permanent. It's a more permanent situation. So you file through the VA hospital or through the care, and then what they'll do is do the evaluation with you. I don't know if I discussed that with y'all or not yesterday. And what they're going to do is ask some questions. Let me see here. There we go. They're going to ask some legitimate questions. And you see, I got two other accounts, so I'm joining myself. They're going to ask some questions, and these questions are pertaining to your injuries, your disease or sickness. Okay? Ask you, can you feed yourself? First of all, they're going to ask, do you feel like you're in a safe place? Do you feel like your life is in danger? Do you feel like you want to kill yourself? They're going to ask all those questions all the time. And you have to respond in such a way, okay, I'm not going to kill myself. My wife is not abusing me, or my caregiver is not abusing you. Because they're going to ask that question because there is a history of abuse against veterans. Okay? And a lot of people don't know that. So just want to keep that in mind too, especially when you're in nursing homes. So they're going to ask, are you able to get dressed? You can say yes or no. Are you able to wash your back? Are you able to take a shower? You can say yes or no. Are you able to feed yourself? You can say yes or no. Are you able to do, common things around your house like wash dishes, do laundry, wash clothes? Are you able to do that? Are you able to, clean behind yourself when you use your facilities? Or are you able to brush your teeth? Okay. Common things we take for granted. Great-grandpa, grandpa, or dad, or mom, great-grandma, or grandma may have some challenges, okay, in performing those tasks. So the social worker needs information. Of course, they're going to go through your medical records for the veterans' medical records. They're going to need that information from also the caregiver, the potential caregiver. And that potential caregiver, like my wife, will have to answer those questions. So you ask, okay, then what else is necessary? After I ask all the questions, after they looked at all their medical records, what else needs to be done? Well, the caregiver who's going to be assigned, you can assign a primary caregiver, or a secondary caregiver. Okay, that's what I'm saying, veterans and significant others. Listen very carefully. You make sure you assign someone you can depend on as the primary. Then you assign someone who is just as good, you can be on call, as a secondary, okay? So when the information is all gathered up, they're going to do what is called, for the primary and secondary, they'll devote at least a day or two to take a class. And that class is going to be on basic fundamentals of nursing, basic fundamentals of caring for the disabled. It's going to provide that training and that information to help that veteran get what they need. Okay, they help them if they need their wheelchair, they need breakfast prepared, they need a bath in the morning or night. They show you how to properly do that, how to properly care for a disabled veteran. Now, here's the catcher thing. One thing. Now, once that individual, the people that is going to be the caregiver, once they are approved, providing the veteran cannot fulfill common tasks like make up the bed, brush his teeth, do the laundry, wash the clothes, wash himself, or even get into his own wheelchair without help. Once they're approved, and they won't tell you that this is the criteria to be approved. They'll say you got to be 70% and disabled veteran, but there's different categories of that, and they won't tell you that. But they will, once you're approved and you go through the classes, that individual will receive a pension, whoever that caregiver is, between $1,500 to $2,000 a month. Last time I heard it was $2,200 a month. Okay, and that's pretty good to a lot of people. It depends on where you are. If you're doing it part-time just to help around the house, help mom or dad, then that's great. Then you got an extra, income to help, while at the same time you're taking care of the ones you love. Okay, because when I was unable to get out of bed, when I was unable to walk, and I needed someone to take me to my doctor's appointment, and I needed help, my wife was my caregiver. Okay. And she was able to provide those things I need. However, caregiver policies are very strict. They won't tell you that. They're very strict, and as far as making determination that you're qualified to be a caregiver. Like, I just had surgery. They know I'm going to heal eventually, unless something above and beyond keeps me from recovery. Okay, let's say I'm unable to recover. Then that be the case. Then they may or may not approve my application. Now, you do have a right to appeal. You do have a right to appeal as in the caregivers program. You do have a right to do that. You also have a right to apply again. So let's say your circumstances got worse. You have a right as a veteran and a caregiver to apply again. I just want to put that out there in space. And that to let you know that it is possible to reapply for the caregivers program through the VA. Okay, I'm noticing now I'm losing use of my left shoulder, my left arm. There's a lot of pain, so I'm realizing I'm starting to have issues again. So I may have to apply again because I may not be able to get undressed, as far as my shirt top. But I'll still be able to. I may be limited to other things. I can't cut the grass, how to hire a contractor to do that. But I'm here to tell you guys, hello, welcome everybody, that this caregiver program is an excellent program. Just know what the limitations of the veteran is, and be that support, whether you get compensation or not, be that support that can help that veteran recovers or maintain a good quality of life for that veteran. I just want to emphasize that. Hey guys, thanks for joining in. My name is Reverend Dr. Antonio Arnold. I am a disabled veteran 100%. Sharing some insights, sharing some nuggets, but also I'm doing is what is called sharing some information with you guys. And also, I have a book out that can help veterans apply for disability that they may not even be aware of. Now, other accounts going to post it, right, the title of it. And it is The Art of Filing for Veterans Disability Benefits. I mean, it's going to give you step by step. It is free. It is free. It is free. You'll find it on Amazon. And it's on Kindle. So you got to have a Kindle Unlimited account in order to get it for free. So you want to make sure you get that copy. Share it with your spouse. Use it as you're a veteran. Take advantage of everything I put in there, okay? Take advantage of it. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep it out on the freebie side, but it's a $15 hard copy. If you want a hard copy, it's $15. It's $9.99 for the e-copy or the Kindle copy. So back to what we were talking about in reference to the caregiver. Caregivers are essential to the veteran's quality of life. So if you are a relative, you have a family member who is a veteran, please take those things and what I just shared with you in consideration. As the years go by and that veteran showing signs that he is unable to provide for himself physically, or he start drawing into what's called type 2 diabetes 3 or dementia. Okay, once dementia starts setting in, you put in for that caregiver program immediately, because that individual would not be able to function on his own. Okay, and it does get worse. My dad is a veteran of 30 years. He had dementia, and because he didn't file for disability, and because he refused to go to the VA, he was not able to qualify for the assistance, okay, because we couldn't get it done in time. However, as a son of a veteran who is a veteran, I'm trying to get it out there to help as many veterans and families as possible. So if you have a loved one who is a disabled veteran and you understand the struggles, whether it be your spouse or your significant other, or perhaps a loved one who's your great-grandpa or grandpa, make sure they get the help they need. It's important that you do that, and then make their quality of life more memorable. You don't want to put them be in a situation where that individual, his quality of life is less than hopeful. So you definitely want to do that. But the main topic we're going to talk about today, I want to switch gears. And again, you can apply for the caregiver. Anybody can apply in the family who's connected to that veteran, or the veteran himself can apply for the caregivers program through the VA website, va.gov. Okay, so if you want more information, go to va.gov and apply. You can download it. You can fill it out online. We provide the information. You have all the information in reference to that veteran. It's important that you do so. So, yesterday I was talking about how in my book about filing for compensations and source both things you want to look forward to. But there's another compensation. If I didn't listen in the book, I want to talk about it. That's okay. It's called Current Special Monthly Compensation Rate. So CSC. Anybody familiar with the CSC? CMC. Special Monthly Compensation. Anybody ever heard of Special Monthly Compensation? Look here and make sure I ain't miss anyone. Anybody ever heard of special? Good evening. Thank you, Jason. Anybody ever heard of special monthly compensation through the VA? Let me get myself together. Sometimes my computer, I'm using TubeTask. Anybody? Somebody want to come on board? Anybody want to chat? Somebody want to chat? We talk? Oh, okay, it's autocorrect. Oh, no problem. No problem, Jason. Jason, are you a veteran by chance? Well, let me tell you about this CMC. The beautiful thing about the CMC, let's say you got rated at 40%. Let's say you get rated 40%. I forgot, Lord knows I forgot what a 40%. I think for my time, when I got 40%, it was $600 a month. Okay? when I was still working. But let's say you get a, okay, he was in for 27 years, mine was in for 30 years. He did 30 years, but he would not go to the VA. He'll go to the Army hospital on base. He would go to the base and go to the hospital there, but he would not go to the VA. I tried to help him, show him I can help him with his claim, and because I'm 100% at that time, you get his disability because he got congestive heart failure through while he was on active duty. He refused. So if you got a family member like that, please talk to them. Get them. Thank you for your service too. Talk to them. Please talk to them about getting the benefits, okay? And don't let them leave this world without getting something. And last thing you want to do is leave your spouse with absolutely nothing, which brings up another point. When something happens to me, my wife still get my disability payments, okay? So let that be a little peace of mind. But yes, special monthly compensation is an awesome deal, but you have to apply for it. A lot of people don't know about it. Some VA attorneys usually automatically apply for that because they want the person they represented to get the maximum amount of benefit. And that's what you want. You want the maximum. Even if you're denied, you want them to put in for the maximum. Because sooner or later, they're going to say, well, you asked for this, we're going to give you this. Okay? And it just don't stop. I mean, that's what I kept going. And, because they kept turning me down. Guess what? I appealed. It doesn't cost anything extra to appeal, just appeal. Okay? Just appeal. But the special monthly compensation is strategically, strictly for loss of use. And I'm going to give you the definition of that. Okay? And you will find this information at the VA website. Let me share that with you just for a second. It's all about educating. Because, when I started my journey through the VA, nobody told me anything, but I do thank God for a sergeant major who was retiring while I was at base, who pulled me to the side. I was in the clinic. I was in the hospital waiting on my appointment. And he said, "Come here, soldier, I want to talk to you." And I said, "I'm about to retire. I'm about to check out, but I want to pass on. You like you got your head together and that you're focused." I was young. I was like in my 40s then. I ain't got far before I'm gone too. He said, "This is what I want you to do. I want you to start keeping track of your medical records." And I said, "How?" I said, "You'll get a copy every time you come up in here. Give it a couple of days. You get a copy of your medical record, a printed copy or a digital copy if they have that available. You make sure." This is from a sergeant major now, who changed my life, changed the direction. I didn't know. I was a young soldier back in the days, got hurt, and I soldiered on. Nobody told me anything different. But this sergeant major changed my life. He told me, get a copy of your medical record, and when you file for disability, you have all that paperwork as your evidence. I never forget that, and I've been passing it on ever since, and I'm doing it right now. But special monthly compensation, which I just shared with you, and those of you who are veterans, it's going to be a great help to you, or a great help to your spouse. It can be a great help to your significant other. It can be a great help to a family member. If your family, your loved one, you may not be a member in the military, but you may have a family member who's in the military, just got out, or has served, or has been injured while on active duty, and they may not be aware of this special monthly compensation. And I say the VA special monthly compensation rate is a higher rate of compensation. Y'all hear what I'm saying? It's a higher rate of compensation. That way, that the VA pays to veterans as well as their spouse. It's paid to the veteran. This is from their website, as well as to their spouse, and surviving spouse. Come on now, that's awesome. Surviving spouse. I need more time. Okay, that's the VA website you're about to shut down. The surviving spouse and parent with certain needs or disabilities. Okay. It's a special pay program. I mean, we all file for compensation for service-connected issues or pension, or for service-connected stuff that that the veteran may have been injured or have to call a disease, got sick, whatever the case may be. That's it. Here, you're 40%, you're 40%. You're 30%, you're 30%. 10%, you're 10%. You're 100%, you're 100%. However, not all ratings are equal. I have a friend of mine, he was telling me about, I was telling him how much I was getting, right, at 100%. He said, you're not getting X amount of dollars that I'm getting. I'm at 100%, but I'm getting this. And I said, wait a minute, how in the world you get more than me? We're supposed to be getting the same unless you have children. I mean, my spouse, yeah, my daughter was with me. Yeah, I got that. I understand. No. He said, no, bro. It's called special monthly compensation. I said, how in the world that work? Well, if you have certain use, like you lost a limb, or certain bones don't work like it used to, or you can't walk, or you got an organ that's shut down, you had back surgery and you can't bend over, those kind of things falls under that category. Does it get you all the time? Do the VA awards that to you all the time? Not all the time, but I was surprised years ago because I had an issue with my organ, right? And I put in for it, and they awarded me SMC. So I look at my e-benefit website, like, what in this world this SMC is all about? And I looked in and I see $150 for this and $150 for that, which is a total of $300 extra. So I'm getting an extra $300 for a special monthly compensation for injuries or disease that has occurred above and beyond my service connection injury. So if I lost something, that an organ not functioning like my heart, it's not functioning like it used to, I can't walk, or I lose a limb, or my bone, my arthritis got so bad because of the way I train, and I lose use of that. That falls under the special monthly compensation. Now, can I make a guarantee on that? No. You have to file for it specifically through the website portal, okay, va.gov, fill out those forms, and then fill it out, go ahead and fill it out, get with a representative who more familiar with the special monthly compensation portion, and put it in there, and make sure just to see if you're on the right track. Or you go ahead and get it done like I did. I filed for I lost use of my right ankle because I twisted it so bad when I was on active duty. And then I filed, because I just had foot surgery, because I found out my foot was fractured years ago. So I filed for my special monthly compensation for that. So I'm still waiting on the results. So that be the case. They already updated the portal on the website. So that's where you go to your My Healthy Vet, go to My VA, and you look that information, make sure your claim is up to date. And also another good idea, whatever happens to you, let's say you go on va.gov and you were updating your stuff, looking at your status of your claim, but you got a hold of some information. You went to the hospital, you had an emergency situation, or you had surgery, and you want that upload as part of evidence of your claim, you do that. There's a way to do that. I didn't put that in the book, but that's in there. I mean, that's what do that. Okay. But that special monthly compensation it will benefit you through your spouse, your surviving spouse. Let's say your survivors who died, right? Your survivor spouse will still receive that compensation. Okay. You will still receive that compensation. Your spouse, your parent, let's say you're a young soldier, you went into combat, you got injured, then later died, you never remarried, you never got married, you were still under the custody of your parents, then the parents been taking care of you, then the parents receive that money. Okay? And I'm reading it directly from the VA website. Okay? Show some love, everybody. If this makes sense, just show me some heart, show me some love. A gift would be nice. That's always helpful. And please share, like, and share. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Let's see. What else? Anybody got any questions? I put the information on the website right there. Anybody have any questions thus far about about VA benefits in reference to benefits or the current special monthly compensation? It's an awesome thing. Um, it's an awesome program, but you got to apply. You have to apply for that, just like you applied for your disability benefits. So you want to keep an eye on that when as you file for your disability benefits through the VA, not through Social Security. It's a different animal. You want to make sure that you want to put those particulars in there too. That you also filing for, and there's a button that you can push. Special monthly compensation. Take your time when going across that form, filling out that form online, okay? Because it gets it could get a little tricky sometimes. So you want to make sure you read carefully, okay? You want to read that carefully. And of course, the information I provided for you is the most current date was December 1st, 2023. So you're looking at current information. Of course, you get special monthly compensation for veterans with or without children, and dependents. You get that. But my focus, as far in reference to, oh my goodness, to special modification. Look at this. Now, here's an example. I want to read this to you. If you tell me that makes sense. Okay, example, a veteran with children. If you're a veteran with special monthly compensation, L designation, and you have 4 dependents, okay? All right, 1 child over 18 in a qualified school program and 3 children under 18 years of age and a dependent spouse, you would start with a basic special monthly compensation rate of what? $5,000, $5,012.08 for a veteran with 1 child and spouse, no parents. That's how real this thing is. If you're a veteran with a dependent spouse, no dependent parent or children, okay, and you have an SMC, these are codes, okay? These are rating codes. C, designation, it doesn't matter about the other rates. Your monthly basic rate would be $5,341.32. I have a friend of mine who's a federal service member. He did 20 years. He's a disabled goods veteran, 100%. He's not only getting, of course, his retirement is prorated because he's getting a disability, but this disability monthly income, because of the SMC, is over $5,000 a month. In most cases, 100%, we only grant you $3,999. And you're not married. But when married, and you add your children, and then you add for loss of use, it can go up to $5,000. Some places it's $5,744. I'm looking at an example right here. Basic pay rate of 1 child, 1 spouse, $5,000 and $5,012.08. I told my wife we gotta have another child. No, I'm joking. I ain't gonna have that. But for a second child under 18, that's an additional $103.55. Third child under 18, I'm talking about disability, not active duty. That's another, $103.55. And of course, 1 child over 18 in a qualified school program, that's $34.49. And of course, spouse who receive aid and attendance. So if you're receiving any kind of aid, just like a health, the Caregivers program, like part of that, that's another $191.14, which brings up a total monthly income of $5,744.81. There's a lot of veterans getting that. A lot of veterans who pay the price physically, still here with us, getting this kind of benefit that they need desperately. But yeah, you got SMCL, and I'm looking at it. That's for a situation if you are an amputee or you got 1 foot amputated, loss of use of the other foot. I got loss of use of my left toe, so I applied. Plus my right ankle is malfunctioned too, so I can't really do anything outdoors. Loss of use of 1 hand, loss of use amputee, loss of use of 1 hand, loss of use of 1 hand amputated, or have loss of use of 1 foot. Okay, And that's what it means, loss of use. So that code is SMC-L. So keep that in your under wraps for the future. But if you also have loss of both feet, and I know brothers and sisters who have both limbs gone, that falls under that same category of special monthly compensation L. Loss of both sight, you're blind or legally blind, that falls in that same category. Permanently bedridden, that falls under that same category. I know a friend who became bedridden. Daily help with a basic need like eating, dressing, and bathing, that falls in that same category. So you become an SMCL because if you're bedridden, that means you get additional compensation for that. And also, if you're bedridden, I will implore you as a caregiver or family member to go ahead and apply for that caregiver program as soon as possible. Soon as possible. The sooner, the better. Any other veterans out here? Let me see here. Do we have any other veterans? I don't see any other comments. And we got 635 people. Likes, appreciate it. Appreciate the love. We got 5 people here so far. I know I'm showing some information out there that you may not be familiar with, but you may have a family member who have served in the military that could benefit from this, and you can share this information with them. Okay, share this video, please. Share this video, like, subscribe, and share this video. Go over the caregiver requirement. Matter of fact, I can do that. I got the. Let me go ahead and put out my. Let's see. Now the VA my care social worker wasn't very clear about the requirements, and I'm glad you asked that question. And thank you for your service. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and look at my file because I keep a lot of files here. I'm on my computer as well, so I'm trying to kill two birds with both stones with one stone. Here it is. Caregivers revised December 2020. Let me see. Hold on for a second, guys. I want to make sure I give you accurate information too. Caregiver application. Here's the folder. There it is. Let me go ahead and blow this up so I can see it. Caregiver application 2017. For benefits, release of information. Definitely need to have a release of information with that deal. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Now that's after I filled out the application. That's just a confirmation. Hold on. Let me go to the VA website and pull it up. Let's see. Contact search caregivers. There it is. Caregivers. I mean, it's a tough program to get in. I'm here to tell you, if you got it, excuse me, you got it. Why did it unlock me out? I was just logging in and checking in on my claim. And all because you're 100% doesn't mean you can stop filing for a claim. Your condition gets worse. You definitely want to put that out there. You're permanent and total, ain't nobody going to mess with you. And even after 5 years, they're not going to mess with you. That's in writing. Okay, family and caregiver health benefits. Let me see here. Program assistant for family for caregivers. I wonder if that's the same. Let me take a look. Okay. Let's look at eligibility. Okay, this program as of October 1st, and you can confirm this too with me if you don't mind. So October 1st, this program is now open to family caregivers of eligible veterans of all eras. I mean, Vietnam, Desert Shield, Desert Storm, or Iraqi Freedom. That's it. This eligibility, those who have served after May 7, 1975, and before 2001. That's September 11. So let's see right here. Eligibility for family caregivers. Here it is. You must be 18 years of age. Come on now. I know that. At least one of these must be true of you. Your spouse, your son, daughter, parent, step family member, extended family member of the veteran. Okay? You have to be one of those. So that means you got to have a special interest in that veteran. You have to either be a spouse of that veteran, you have to be the son or daughter of that veteran to apply. You must be 18 years old or older. You must be either be a parent of the veteran, a step family member, like a stepson or a stepdaughter, or extended family member of the veteran, like perhaps a cousin or uncle, something like that. You may be the only family member, but they'll make that determination once you provide that information. But that's number one. You live full-time with the veteran, or you're willing to live full-time with the veteran if we designate you as the family caregiver. Y'all hit that? So that means you have to live with the veteran. So if the veteran is unable to fend for themselves, take care of themselves, and as far as the caregiver program is concerned, you have to be either willing, once approved, to live with that veteran or currently living with that veteran. My wife currently lived with me anyway, so that way she was perfect for the application. Those are the main three, okay? Now, that's for the family, okay? Eligibility requirements for the veteran. The veteran has all must be true for the veteran you're caring for, okay? The veteran has to have a disability rating or combined, individual or combined, and they made a change. I can see that they changed it, 70% or more. 70% or higher is the minimum requirement. So if you're rated, whether it be one thing, one item, like say, I lost a finger, I got 70% for losing a finger. I got congestive heart failure, I got 70% for that. Or I got sleep apnea, I got 70% of that. Or you got a combination of compensation that equals out to a total 70%, okay? You may not agree with them adding, but it totals to be 70%. That's fine. 70% or higher is the rule, okay? And the veteran was discharged from the United States military or have a date of medically discharge. So you have to be out of uniform in order to apply. So you have, first of all, you got to be 70% or more. You have to be medically or medical discharge or discharge altogether. And the veteran needs to have at least 6 months of continuous in-personal care service. So that means you better start going to the VA for the last 6 months. You have been going to your primary care for the last 6 months. You've been seeing a specialist for the last, altogether, for the continuous care. And when I mean by care, primary care, private doctor, civilian doctor, or VA doctor, or prior service, you got to show that you've been getting continuous care for the last 6 months. I hope that answered your question so far, my friend. If so, you can just let me know. Give me a hood, give me a Semper Fi, or just let me know. Either way, it's fine. But yeah, if you're a family member, your daughter, son, you're 18, you got to be 18 years of age in behalf of the veteran to be a caregiver. You must be 18 years or older to be a caregiver. You got to be either connected somehow with that veteran. That means you got to be a family member, like a spouse, a daughter, a son, a step member of the family. In my family, we don't have step children, we just have children. Extended family members of the veteran. Number 2, family members. All right, bro. I see you, Semper Fi. I see you, Devil Dog. I see you. You're good. You're good. Okay. And of course, you must be willing to take care of the veteran full time. I was willing for my dad. My dad was a veteran, 30 years of the Army, and I was willing to care for him in my house. And I always tell my dad, you feel like you can't get around? I already set my house up for like a caregiver center or a daycare or a group home. My house, I already got the bathroom already set. I already got the bedroom already set. I already got the kitchen already set. Oh boy, that's starting to hurt, man. But anyway, he refused. He's fine. I'm fine at home with my wife. And my mom, my stepmom, my mom, she was taking care of it, but it was a struggle for her because the house was so small and it has none of the stuff that I recommended that they get. They didn't get what they need, and I wanted to give them that. Now, in reference to pay, let's look at let's take a look. Now, you can apply for the caregiver. I'm going to send that out to everybody to see. I'm going to send the link to you also as a courtesy. Just bear with me. I'm going to send that out, but I want to look at how much they get paid. I understand. Yeah, we definitely want to do that. But I'm going to send you the link to the website. So you may just that way you can look at it later on for information purposes. That's me. I got 2 accounts. So, Freedom, you got the Freedom one, and I'm also a pastor. Been in ministry for 22 years. Been a chaplain as well. Okay, so let's see. How do I apply? How much they pay? Let me look over here. Because some things are not just so straightforward. They got the VA form 10-10 EZ to download for your convenience. But you really want to know how much it pay. I was told I saw somewhere $2,000. To be honest with you, let's say, hey, hold on for a second. Okay, eligible primary family caregiver may receive a monthly stipend payment. It doesn't go into specifics, and I don't know why. Access health benefits. They also get access to health care benefits through this CHAMP VA. Now, my wife's already taking advantage of CHAMP VA, and CHAMP VA is a good thing. But let's get to the point of pay. Let me get over here. Hold on for a second. Let's see. I'm going to ask a question to a friend of mine. How much does the veteran caregiver receive as far as monthly compensation pay for caring for the veteran? Now just listen carefully. As far as monthly compensation pay for caring for the veteran. Let's see. I'm going to read it off. That's a good question. That's a good question, Hopkins. And again, I asked that same question, and my caseworker wasn't very clear. I asked her, do you have to be in like a nursing home condition? Do I need to have dementia? Do I need to be at a point where I can't even walk anymore? And she said, no, not like that. But I have a feeling it is. Because they asked the question, can you change can you feed yourself? Can you take a shower? Now, at one point in time, I couldn't take a shower. I could feed myself, but I couldn't get to the bathroom, and I couldn't get to the shower, and I couldn't walk. And that was for real. Okay, let me see here. What in the world? Monthly compensation for veteran caregiver under the program Comprehensive Assistance for Family Caregiver depends on several factors. I'm reading this off to you guys, so I hope this helps. Including the veteran's level of disability and the caregiver location. Here is the breakdown how this stipend is calculated. Stipend rate, and I'm going to share that link to you too. The monthly stipend rate is based on the Office Personnel Management, the OPM, General Schedule GS, annual rate for grade 4, step 1 divided by 12, and adjusted for locality pay area where the eligible veterans reside. So if somebody lives in New York, of course their caregiver is going to get paid more than someone who lives in Virginia, or someone who lives in Oklahoma might get a similar pay with somebody who get paid in Oklahoma, in Alabama. It depends. Hawaii may be a little bit more expensive. It really depends on the location. Now, payment levels, there are 2 levels of stipend payment. You calculate, multiply by the monthly stipend rate of 0.625, which tells me absolutely nothing at this point, but that's pretty much what it is. Or level 2 equal to 100% of the monthly stipend rate. I'm going to click this link and take a good look at it. So bear with me. The exact amount varies from by location to locality, pay adjustment. The stipend is not considered taxable income. So that's a good thing. Caregiver income is not taxable, just like the veterans income is not taxable. So we learned this together. GS rate, okay. So they're getting paid based on a GS GS rate. So I'm gonna click here. I want to see this. Now let me give you. I must give you this too. I'm gonna pass this PDF to you also. And if you got a care situation, a person that you're caring for, that's something you can take a look at just as well. There you go. Hope that's helpful. But I'm gonna ask a little bit more detailed question because let's see, PCAFC injury means the surveyor service-connected disability rate at 70. Hold up. So the individual have a serious injury, including serious injury occur, let's say aggravated on line of duty on active military, naval, or air service for a purpose of PCA, primary care, let's say AFC, serious injury means any service-connected disability is rated at 70% or more by the VA, is combined with any other service-connected disability or disability combined rate of 70% or more is assigned. Okay, I understand that. Well, I understand that. I want to know what the monthly stipend is. Monthly stipend rate, which means, and see, you have to go to all, I think and see, based on this, okay, I got some right here. I got some right here. Now, anybody want to join in, jump in and add on? Maybe they are expert. Maybe they work at the VA hospital, or they're also, or they are maybe a caregiver specialist through the VA. You never know who's watching. Please chime in. For what I'm hearing, reading for the information I just shared with the group, on level 2, I'm going to read this to you. If the VA determines that the eligible veteran meets the definition of unable to what? Self-sustain. Okay, no problem. Okay, I'll put it out there again, and you might have to type it in. But according to that flyer, there's information that I just provided. And you can also Google search it too. If the VA determines that the eligible veteran meets the definition of unable to self-sustain, that means you can't feed yourself, you can't change your clothes, you can't take a bath, you got to get somebody to put you in the tub or roll you in the shower, or you got to get someone to take you to your medical appointments. Just for self-sustainment, okay? And that's why they ask those questions. They ask those questions every time I apply. Are you able to feed yourself? Can you wash yourself? I say, I can't stand up. Can you shower yourself? My wife wipes me. I can't do that. I hope that helps. I can't do that. At the time, I couldn't. Last year, I couldn't do anything, man. It was the most painful experience of my life. I had sciatic nerves. Patient, I had to get the surgery because I can't walk without it, and it was just pure misery. So what I done, I got the surgery and I couldn't move. I was in that much pain. Plus the swelling was big in my spine. It was pushing against the nerve. But once the swelling went down, it got better. So I was able to move around. But yeah, it says right here, for example, the GS rate of a grade 4. So you get paid as a GS4 as a caregiver, okay? Remember that, GS4. So you can look at that. So as a GS4 step 1 in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas in 2022, not right now, but I mean 2022, the rate is $34,916. So how much is that how much is that a month? GS4, yes, sir. Yes, sir. According to this document right here in front of me, it says GS4. And I used to be a GS5, and I was, 34,000, that's pretty good then. I was paid 35 as a 5 working at the VA hospital. Welcome, everybody. We're talking about veterans benefits. We're having a discussion about right now about the Caregivers program. Which is all I want to do is help as many veterans as possible. I also have a book I have published that is for free that gives you step by step how to apply for military for disability. Okay, if you can't, if you're in a position where hey, I'm still working a little bit, so because most attorneys will not see you unless you stop working. So if you're still working but you want to get something for your arms or for your legs, or maybe you got PTSD and you're trying to get treatment and you want to get help, then okay, or anxiety, then you apply for that. And the book gives you step-by-step instructions on how to do that. Okay, let me go over here, get my calculator. So, because I want to be factored. Now, this is back 2002. I mean, I'm quite sure the rate has changed. The steps probably have changed. Now, we're talking about step one. I used to be a GS5, step 5, under the Department of Veterans Affairs years ago. Somebody, thank you so much, sir, Mr. Hopkins. You're the best, man. God bless you, because I was going to do that too. But you're awesome, man. $2,800, $2,833. Can you, because everybody see that based on the 34,000 divided by 12. That's how much a caregivers get. And that's why you want to have all that information. But bear in mind that in the veteran, that's a GS4, okay? Bear in mind, that's based on a level 2, okay, 2 level, where the individual veteran, okay, is unable to self-sustain. So you have, let's say you have a stroke, have his body unable to move, unable to, can barely go in a direction, have to get like one of those mobile wheelchairs where you can use your pinky to move around, that sort of thing. But I mean, every situation is not the same. Everything is different. It depends. It really depends. When I met the family and I sat with them, we used to meet up together sometime, and he's in the wheelchair, and sometimes he don't know who you are, and sometimes he'll remember you, or he may not talk much, but his wife wheel him everywhere. They got a vehicle, and there's also some grants on, like say you want your vehicle converted for you to where you can drive it. You don't have legs, your hands could be your legs as far as your brakes and your acceleration. They got the VA, McGuire. I'm gonna tell you what, if you're in the Virginia area, you go to McGuire, they have programs there to get your vehicle altered. If you got a VA hospital or a VA center in your area, they're not far from you, please look into those benefits, okay? Medically retired, my friend, medically retired, med board. Med board, big time. So I get a little something. Yeah, I wasn't too happy about that. But I didn't have no choice. My body was falling apart. How about you? You retired? There's a way I know I got friends that got double dip, but you can't get a lot because you got to either accept the VA, get a smaller retirement, or just get the full retirement. Hook, thank you for your service. 1990. Wow. That's amazing. My dad retired in 1990 as well. Yeah, my dad retired in 1990. But yeah, I hope that answered your questions. I hope that was helpful. But yes, the thing I'm a little confused on is level 1. And it says the primary family caregiver monthly stipend is calculated by multiplying the monthly stipend rate, which is a GS annual rate of a GS4, which we already discussed, based on the locality pay area eligibility veteran. I don't know. That might be the same. I could be wrong. But I think looks like you're on it, bro. I think you're, I don't know what's the difference? Okay, one is for unable to sustain, and the other one say based on calculation. I don't know. Anybody want to chime in on that? Anybody want to chime in? Anybody got any further insight? I mean, I worked at the VA for 3.5 years at the prosthetic department, and I've looked at a lot of documents, but especially looking out for myself. But this is new to me. I've been trying to fight VA still. at the time when I was, and it's after my surgery. I just had another surgery too on my right foot through podiatry. Podiatry is good, man. I don't know what your location is, but the podiatry in my location is awesome. They say 1965 to 1990. Wow, thank you. Oh my goodness. You've been in just as long as my dad. Yeah, my dad went in 58, had a break of service, got back in, and retired in 1991. So kudos to your service. Appreciate it. But yes, I think we all can agree. I think we all can agree that the caregiver program is also a program. It's just a matter of the veteran qualifying. If we can help our veterans, you got a family member who is unable to take care of themselves physically. I mean, I'm not talking about lifting weights or going to the gym and doing push-ups. I'm talking about they can't wash dishes. They have struggle to put on, like myself. I can't use my right arm. I'm sorry, I just can't I use my left arm. I can't use it no more. But so, I mean, that's my journey. I deal with that. Sometimes I'm going to get help for that. But yeah, you can't put on your shirt and you can't walk, or you got one foot, you put in for that caregivers program. Or you got dementia, you got a family member who got dementia. You put in for that caregiver program. You must be 18 years of age and above, and you must be a family member. You got to be either a son, daughter, stepson, stepdaughter. It's already outlined on just a few moments in the video. It's a spouse. You have to either be a spouse or, let's see here. Yeah, I was right. A spouse or let's say, I know I got to get ahead of myself. What's the other one? A distant relative. Okay. You have to prove that you're connected to this veteran, and you must be willing to live with them or have them live with you. Okay. You have to be willing to do that. Spouses, it's pretty much cut and dry. Brothers and sisters, they say, hey, I want my brother to move in, I'll take care of him. Okay, you do that, you get qualified, you go through the classes. I must be over an hour. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm getting a warning. Come on, give me another one. All right, give me another one. They're telling me to verify. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh man. Come on. Am I good? I'm good. They want me to verify. Yeah, I hope that's helpful. I hope this is helpful to you as reference to the caregiver program and the special monthly compensation. Please, if you're a disabled veteran and you got loss of use, like say your shoulder shut down, apply for it. Elbow shut down, carpal tunnel syndrome, you can't grasp anymore, apply for it. Let them be the one to say no. And then you appeal. And then if that don't work, depending where level you are as far as your rating is, get an attorney that specializes in disability. But in the meantime, you already did your homework. You already put in your paperwork. You already upload the information. And guys, please, do me a favor. Do me a favor and check out my book. It's for free. It don't cost you nothing. Go to Amazon and get this book. I'm gonna put the link right here so you can look at it. And I'm trying to help as many veterans as possible. Please, you can share it with them. Or better still, oh my goodness. Better still, do this. It's called The Art of Filing for Our Veterans Disability by Antonio Arnold. To maximize benefits. I want every veteran to maximize benefits. I'm telling you, I used to lose a lot of sleep because I'd be up at night and I hold that veteran upon when they file for the first time, because there's a lot of veterans who have no clue about the paperwork, who has no administrative skill, or have no clear, they're like, I don't understand this computer. I don't know how to fill out this. I don't know how to upload my information. Bring all your stuff, I'll scan it, and we're gonna go through this process today. And we get it done. Then they're 40%, they're 50%, they're 100%. I have guys that got on one limb, on one item, they got 100%. And another item, they got 40%. I helped a young lady. She didn't know she could get it. She didn't know. She was struggling, and she was living off Social Security and was struggling paying bills. And I helped her file for her disability. They looked at her record, come to find out she had a traumatic event back in the days, back in the 70s, and they awarded her 50%. And I'm here to tell you guys, what's going on here? I'm here to tell you guys, that 50% made a big difference in her life, along with her Social Security disability retirement. Okay, so if you know somebody who can use this book, please refer this book to them. Go to Amazon. There's the title of the book, The Art of Filing for Veterans Disability. It's free. It don't cost you anything. Okay, I'm not charging anything. So the hardcover is one thing. But the only catch-22 is you have to have a Kindle. What's that? Kindle account that is unlimited for it to be free. That's Amazon rule, not mine. But take advantage of it now, okay? Because it's going to go off in a few days, and it's going to be like $9 a copy for that to download on Kindle, okay? And I hope, and that's my gift to you guys for being so great to me and at least taking a look and hearing me out about these benefits. I want every veteran to come online and know about what's available to them. If you're a member of the Disabled American Veteran, which is a great organization, those auxiliary are for you. Let's see, Veterans of Foreign Wars. Those auxiliaries are for you to help you get what you need and also to protect your rights as a veteran. What I do is provide to help you get a heads up to prepare yourself so you can file. If you want to file by yourself, go for it. Wouldn't hurt. I got up to 70, 90% without getting assistance. The other portion that helped me get 100% was my attorney. And I had all that information digitized, and I just PDF it to him. And next thing you know, within a few months, and after talking to a judge, boom, I was done. So it's good to have that information. Do a little research about your condition. Always look at your health records. And whatever the doctor diagnosed you with, look it up. What is it? Okay? And where can you, how would that applies to your disability rating? Okay? And then look at your LOI, your line of duty, your LOD, or any medical records you have. And a lot of times, a lot of medical records were destroyed. So whatever you have, it's just a stepping stone. A lot of times, guys don't have it. Guys lost it in a fire. Vietnam veterans, World War II, and Korea. But they put it in anyway. And a lot of them got 100% because, they were there. Agent Orange. How can you prove you were Agent Orange? I got cancer because of Agent Orange. That's what one veteran said. Well, we don't have any medical records. Well, it's all burned. It's all destroyed. What are they going to have? Well, you've been coming to the VA and you've been getting your treatment. And yes, you've been diagnosed, been kind of sick so we're going to go ahead and award you 100%. My brother-in-law got 100% for serving in Vietnam, being exposed in Vietnam. So I'm here to say, so I hope that helped you guys. I appreciate every last one of you. Kudos. Please like my video, share it to your friends, family. Thanks for joining in, guys. I'm going to let y'all go, but thank you so much for chiming in. Appreciate the love and appreciate the support. Please, again, check my book out and help a fellow veteran out. Anyway, you all have a great evening. God bless you. This is Reverend Dr. Antonio Arnold, Airborne, signing out. Airborne, out.